Hello, world. Welcome to the MHFi podcast. I am Carl Jensen with my co-host.
I'm Doug Cunnington.
And we have two guests today. Tell us who you are and what you do.
My name is Pedro, and I'm just a Longmont resident who likes hot sauce and Popeye's chicken.
And I'm Ray, and I'm a visitor from out of town.
So today we're doing something a little different. We are kind of ripping off the idea from Hot Ones, and we have some delicious Popeye's chicken nuggets and 10 sauces that range from just regular buffalo style wing sauce to extremely hot ghost pepper sauce. And I'll talk about each one. And in fact, we're just going to get started with Frank's hot wing buffalo sauce. And I believe the Scoville heat units for this are 450 or so. So cheers, everyone. Cheers.
Out of 1,000, would you say?
I think it's unlimited, but I think it typically, I think pure capsaicin is something like 16 million. So
It's
like 450, not too much.
Yeah. Rather, that's got a little zip to it. Huh? Little zip.
Yeah. Okay, so let's have a question. This is a good one, maybe for this crowd. What do you want to be when you grow up? Ray, you go first.
Does this mean like when I was a kid or now?
No, now. What do you want to be when you grow up?
If I had my druthers, I would coach high school lacrosse all day, every day. And so that's what I would do. I think that's where I want to be.
Cool. Pedro?
I would like to be a cult leader on a kind of a hippie commune that has a lot of nature and construction taking place. It doesn't have to be nudity. I would just be
Just a plus.
yeah. But I wouldn't be founded on that.
Not founded on nudity.
It's
Are there
not good
cults?
marketing.
There probably are cults founded on that, right?
Yeah.
What about you? Do you have one?
If I had to work, I think a fun job would actually to be an airline pilot, but I don't have to, so I just want to be a big kid and fart around with the rest of my time.
Yeah, I think that's what I enjoy most too. So podcasting, this is work for me right now. So it wasn't too bad putting this together, and I get to eat and drink at the same time. So I'm in.
This might end up being torture at the end.
Yeah, I'll get back to you on that. So the first one, not too bad. Little, yeah. So this is just hot sauce. Now the next one is very special. So this is playing with fire. And it is an unknown Scoville unit. It's homemade by our friend Scott Rieckens. So
I didn't even know he made a red variety because I've consumed several of his yellows.
Yeah.
In fact, I accidentally ate one that was allocated to Carl as well because I never got around to giving it to him.
how hot was the one that you had?
I don't know how many Scovilles, but it was enough to enhance food. It wasn't just a comedy hot sauce where you... I mean, it was delicious. It was like quite different from normal, which is a good sign of Scott's creativity. I never commented on our first bite here, but I wanted to speak up for Popeye's chicken, which still is good even when it's gross room temperature. It's still tasty. And then the hot sauce was fine.
Yeah. Now it's hotter.
What a warmer.
But it's got good flavor.
Wow.
Really good flavor.
Yeah, what kind of flavors can you pick out?
No, it's got hot pepper flavor to it.
It has more kind of zinginess,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I'd probably be wrong if I guessed within it, but it feels like it has ginger or something that has similar effects to ginger because it goes sparkle, sparkle, sparkle
Yeah.
as you take a bite. Or maybe
is,
like really fresh garlic.
I can't remember. I emailed Scott, so hopefully he'll give us more information. We could put in the show notes and everything.
Yeah.
I know this is a fermented hot sauce, so he like fermented it for a couple weeks and like did
I was
the
going to say, it has
whole
like a
thing.
vinegary taste to it, like a little bit more vinegar than Red Hot. I know vinegar is in all hot sauce, but definitely has a little bit more vinegary.
Right on. And you know what? Just to get a little more exciting, we'll skip the questions until we get to some hotter stuff so that we're actually sweating a little bit. But yeah, any comments on the flavor of this one?
I thought it was good. I think it's a mango-based hot sauce, I thought. And I don't remember why I think that, but yeah.
I like mangoes.
So his yellow one is pineapple habanero, I think. And then this one, I mean, the bottle's right there, but I guess he doesn't have information.
Nope.
It's just an insider
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, you can't get that at stores. All right, next one coming up here is the Yuka Teco Chili Habanero Green. This one is 8,900 Scoville units. So this one you could just buy at the grocery store, pretty standard. I think I've seen it at some Mexican restaurants as well.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, cheers.
Again.
I'm going to boost mine up a little with the extra.
You can taste the pepper immediately.
Quite green.
Yeah.
Much more
Yeah.
green tasting.
And you can tell those aren't roasted or anything. They're raw peppers. Come on, Carl.
And they get a little heat after a minute
I can taste the heat.
Yep.
down the
Now,
pipe.
Popeye's chicken is no longer the dominant force.
Yeah.
So, Doug, you have actually been training for this, have you not?
I have, yeah. So I have tested each one of these sauces a little bit, and some of them they're really hot, but the training is so important. Like any kind of athlete, you really got to get out there and practice.
Get your tongue out.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm curious, has anyone else like dove into these really kind of hot sauces like this?
No.
I mean, I eat hot sauce on every food, and I kind of just randomize and try new ones all the time, but I don't really seek out.
Yeah.
You know, like this one that looks like, is it like Exoresco? It has like Medusa and fire and stuff. That one probably is hotter than something I would normally eat, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Doug, in your training, do you feel it coming out the other way? Is it the gift that gives back to you tomorrow, or have you noticed that phenomenon? Or
Unfortunately, yes, I've noticed it quite a bit, and I wouldn't call it a gift at all. I have heard that bananas help temper that a little bit, and I've tried it, but I don't know if it really worked that much.
But these are such small quantities. It's not like we're having a bowl of chili where there's a bottle of this in each bowl.
Right. But we are eating a lot of them. So that is a little concerning.
It's got a little residual at this point.
There's
Yeah.
12 nuggets.
Yeah.
It's all part of the attitude, as I'm sure, as a hot sauce trainer.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you got to talk it down. Uh-oh.
is there a way to cheat on this? Like, I'm thinking about steroids in professional sports. If you were to take the whole thing and just swallow it whole without letting it touch your tongue, would it have any effect then? Would you
I think it would still, especially the hotter ones, I think it'll still like burn your throat
Okay.
internally.
If you chug Pepto-Bismol to coat your throat with pink and then swallow the other thing, like a capsule.
And we do have, for the people that are just listening to audio, we have, it's around the holidays, so we have eggnog, which it's kind of gross now that I'm thinking about it. But we also have milk, which helps because of the fat. So I have whole milk here, and then we're drinking beer because why not? So, and
There's
smart.
a little bucket behind us.
Yeah, there's a bucket just in case. Okay, so I think let's move on to the next one, and then you can ask a question.
Okay.
After that. So number 4 is Freshy's Sweet Fire Habanero, and yeah, this one actually has a nice sweet flavor to it. So
Freshies. I've seen that in the store too.
and while everybody's chewing, this will be like the ASMR episode. So everyone that likes to hear our mouth noises will really get to take advantage of that this episode.
I'm sure there are some who will not like it.
Okay, let's have a question. This should be a good one with 4 middle-aged dudes. What was your first computer game?
I think mine was either Asteroids or Pitfall on Atari 2600.
Oh, Pitfall. That was the Indiana Jones thing?
Yeah,
where
where you like grab on the vine and swing across and jump on the alligator heads.
Yeah, and you had to like land on the back of their heads.
Yeah, and if they open up, then you die.
Yep,
yeah,
yep, okay.
yeah. I
You had to
think
go
that was my
underground.
first one.
Okay, so you're younger than me. I think my first one was Combat, like the Atari 2600.
So
Super
yeah, we had
primitive.
Combat too. Yeah, but I
Okay.
think yeah.
Wow. The first one I remember making a huge impression on me was called Impossible Mission for the Commodore 64. It was around 1984. And we never had the consoles as a kid, but yeah, Commodore 64 is the foundation of my whole
Is that
computer
a like
life.
text? Is that a text one where it's like pick up the rock?
No, it was like graphics one.
Okay.
And it was like this guy running around and he does like somersaults and jumps on platforms and has to search and get puzzle pieces. It's like, even by today's standards, it's a pretty cool game. And there's people that do entire playthroughs on YouTube,
Huh,
like
interesting.
even now.
Okay.
So yeah, it changed my life.
So my first computer game, I think it was on like a Tandy 1000. Like I'm thinking like pure computer. And I think it was some sort of a space shuttle kind of game where you went and built the space station and then you had to land and stuff. And it was, actual like graphics as well. Really terrible. So pixelated. It's ridiculous. Huh. Do you remember that game? Did you have a Tandy? Or?
I think so. It sounds familiar. Was Uranus in the game?
I don't think we got that far out of the the outer part of the solar system. So no, it wasn't. We stuck mainly to the close orbit.
Yeah, it's running. It's starting to run.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking of a movie, Mission to
And
Uranus.
then you feel the linger.
Science fiction.
I've got a little
Nothing
linger.
else. Get your mind out of the
it's
gutter.
starting to.
Right now, it's at the good stage.
Yeah, now it lets
Should
me
we do
know that I
another
ate some.
Oh, hold on. Just one person talking.
Right.
Sorry.
I was gonna say right now I'm at the point where it lets me know that I've eaten some hot sauce, and it's still there. It's not bad yet.
Starting to build. Yeah. How's everyone like on a scale from 1 to 10? Like what heat levels in your mouth right now?
I'd say maybe a 2 or a 3.
I might be a 4 because it's going like a constant little burn in the background, but it feels good. Like it's why we have hot sauce. So far.
Yeah.
I was going to say 4 as well. I'm not quite as optimistic as Pedro here. I worry about my near-term future.
I'm at a 4 also. And one thing that I brought down as well, I bought some fresh Carolina Reapers and ghost peppers and I smoked them and then I ground them up into that powder right there. So it's really hot. And if anybody like, especially like the last couple, if you're like, I really want to like get it on,
snort it.
So we have that option. We have that option.
Inject it into our bowels to get the most out of tomorrow's
Okay.
Reaper payback.
Next one.
Where's our used napkin disposal
Bucket.
area? Oh, this tray?
Yeah.
Mystery tray?
I think it's-
All right, next one we have here is this is a local sauce. We have a couple locals from Sauce Leopard out of Denver. So this one is called Emerald Slime. It's serrano and jalapeno.
Emerald slime.
And it's rated in their internal heat rating system 5 out of 10.
Okay.
Okay, that's perfect.
All right.
Good flavor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was not like melt your face off hot yet. It's still got a
feel like-
flavor to it.
Yeah, I feel like we went down a level unless this is a
Yeah.
big delayed one. It was good though.
Yeah, it was tasty.
And I like the thicker sauce too.
Yeah, I think that is a little less. Although it's coming in now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's got that slow like cayenne burn.
I think that's a Jimmy Buffett song.
Okay, if you had to have a roommate and it could be a goat or Ray, which one would you pick if you had to have live with
A what?
a roommate?
A goat or a ray?
A Ray, yeah, you.
Oh, like
I don't know
me?
how to answer for you. Another version
goat.
of you or a girl? Like,
Oh yeah. I kind of like Ray, so I would start with that. And if I got bored of him, I would substitute a goat later. But that would be only in a barn environment because I don't want to have to clean up.
See,
after
I at
a
least
goat.
have the advantage of being potty trained, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Like Ray is an indoor pet. Goat, perhaps not.
Yeah, and I haven't spent a ton of time with Ray, but we usually drink beer. He seems like a good dude. So I like your answer, Pete. You know, we'll stick with Ray at first, and then if there's any issues, like it's pretty easy to get a goat, I think.
Yeah, so Ray is on probation.
Does a goat pay
on a
rent?
trial period.
Or yeah,
Yeah, okay. Well, the goat would probably clean the yard up, I guess, right? Then they eat grass and like, so you can just let them
Yeah.
out in the yard and you don't have to mow them.
yeah. Can you milk them? You get
Big
milk.
time.
I think so.
You can
Yeah.
live entirely on goat milk.
And
which I
goat
learned
cheese.
on YouTube as well.
Do you mean Tom Brady?
if the goat's an asshole, you could just eat it too. So one of our observers here,
I guess if I'm an asshole, you could eat me too.
I might go to prison, but that won't happen for a goat.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm trying to think. I just made that question up. That question was not actually on here. I'm trying to think of a better question. Okay, this is probably another. If animals could talk, which would be the rudest?
Ooh.
A goat.
little recency bias. Yeah. Yeah, I think a goat too. That actually makes a lot of sense. Is Ray on the table still? Or?
A rudest animal. I feel like it'd be like a donkey.
Yeah. And donkey's kind of like a horse version of a goat.
Yeah, kind of. But aren't they stubborn? They call them jackasses for a reason, right?
Yeah. The jackass show.
What do you think? So Doug, as the audience may know, has a dog, and the dog has some personality disorders. What do you think Georgie the dog would say if she could talk?
Oh, wow. Well, she loves to play, so she would probably just bring you a toy and then tell you to throw it. Or ride in the car. She loves riding in the car more than playing. So.
I think Carl's getting at, he thinks your dog is the rudest.
She's rude.
That was kind of rude, yeah. Your dog has split personalities, right? Like 1 second it'd be like, I love you, take me out. And then the next second, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to chew your hand off.
Yeah. She's crazy. Okay. Next one. This is a fun one here. So number 6 is the ass gasher.
Are we on our table now?
Gasher.
we are.
That's so graphic.
And check out the art on that one. Really nice. Again, from Sauce Leopard out of Denver. And this is sriracha inspired.
Okay.
I need to get more light on this. Oh, that's horrid.
Yeah.
Now that it's in the light, I don't know if I want to see that.
Is it gash? I thought it was casher, but yeah, gasher.
The font's a little tough.
It's like a total heavy metal, like hairband font.
Yeah.
Like Winger, if you're a fan like me. But the illustration is of an anus with a hand reaching out of it, holding an axe. That's
serious.
the first thing that comes to mind when I think about culinary delights.
All right. Well, cheers. If you want another one, I have another extra one.
Does this one have a Scoville, Doug? Or?
No Scoville, but with the Sauce Leopard heat rating, they're 6 out of 10. So it should be a little hotter than the last one, but nothing outrageous. They say it's great on a slice of pizza, in a Bloody Mary, or seared flesh of your enemies. So yeah, a little darker than some of the others.
Or the tip of an axe. That last one was not really that strong, although it's getting to the stage where you have to be careful where you swallow, because the leftover remnants will tickle your throat and make you cough. So that means we're maybe at a 5 now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that one's got a slow burn coming up the back. And my nose is definitely running.
Mine too.
I'm still on a Kleenex number 1, though, so nothing too scary yet.
So here's our question. If you could be in any movie, what would it be? And by the way, if anyone has more interesting questions on these, feel free to fire away. We'll go with this one first.
Go ahead, Doug.
Sorry, what was the question? I totally spaced out.
If you could be in any movie, what would it be? And have you ever been in a movie? Maybe you've been an extra. I know they do lots of movies in Georgia, where you're from.
I've never been in a movie. I think it would have been fun as an adult to be in Ghostbusters.
yeah.
Really, one of my favorite movies. I was too young, at the time to be in it. But now it seems
That's
like it would
the
be
only
pretty
reason I
fun.
passed you over. Yeah. There's this toddler, but then
I was going to be Slimer, but didn't make the cut. So yeah, Ghostbusters. I'll go with that.
I like smart, deep, thoughtful movies. And movies that have a high intelligence level. So I think I would probably say for myself, Dumb and Dumber. It would be an acting challenge for myself. I'm a bad actor. Yeah. How about you, Ray?
I think it'd be fun to be in like Batman or like a superhero movie. I think would be a lot of fun. Where they you get to fly around and beat people up and do all that kind of fun stuff. Jump off of buildings and
totally. Would you be a villain or the Batman or the hero?
I'd probably be the hero.
Yeah.
Just because they end up living usually.
Yeah.
And they actually are the ones that get to do most of the fun stuff. The other guys just kind of get thrown off and don't get to do all that.
And I think it affects your later life positively because you're like, everyone's going to see you as Batman or Superman or whatever.
I don't know if that's good because you'd be walking down the street and somebody it'd be one of those, I stayed in a Holiday Inn last night.
It would still be great. I mean, that's that's why my answer is what it is I would want to be sort of like Wolverine, as kind of like a lifelong Hugh Jackman man crush. And this character was almost created for him, even though the Wolverine character is long ago. I would love in the fictional world to have a Wolverine style character created perfectly for me to be, typecast into. And then for the rest of your life, like, hey, it's that guy who played an eagle or whatever. Eagleine.
Very nice. All right, are we ready for the next one?
Sure, let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, number 7. Dave's Gourmet Total Insanity Hot Sauce. This one checks in at 48,000 Scoville units and
1,000?
48,000. So we're
we're
jumping.
5X, the first one, the 8,000 one?
Yes.
Didn't we start with a 4,800
No,
one?
we started with a 450 one.
Yep, 450.
This is a preposterous scale. All right.
Yep.
There's a little writing on it right there.
And there's not much on this chunk either, so I don't think it's going to be that hot. Let's try it.
All right. What do you think, Carl? How's that?
Yeah, I was pretty
February.
terrified based on the name, but it was not that bad. But I feel the afterburn a little bit. Yeah, not bad so far. I think the one I ate, I was telling Ray this story. I went to a local Mexican
that's
restaurant
gotta
called
burn,
Jefe's. And I just grabbed a sauce off the wall. Are you familiar with the hot sauce wall? And
I love that, yeah.
yeah, and I just dumped, I wasn't thinking, I just dumped a whole bunch of it on my burrito. And I put the thing in my mouth. I'm like, ah! What have I done? And then I looked at it, and that one was 200,000 on the Scoville. And I think this one was 48,000, right? And then there's this big warning on the back, and you never know if that's just some kind of thing, like a publicity thing or something like that. Like, warning, be careful when you eat this. But it was extremely hot. It was not good.
That's cool. Normally the stuff at Hefe's isn't that hot.
Yeah,
You got lucky.
Yeah, do the one with the big skull and crossbones on the front, dark red.
That one's definitely burning.
Yeah, this is the first one that's got me a little scared.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to manage the tongue.
And I was thinking, I didn't make them hot enough. And I thought, I got to do more. But don't worry, we're getting where we need to go, I think.
Well, there's 3 left.
Yeah, and I was making fun of the tiny serving of that one, and that's why I decided to come back and kick my tongue.
Yeah, Dave's Gourmet has like several sauces in their lineup. And I think they may be the only one in our lineup today that uses pepper extract. The rest are all natural peppers. So some people get like kind of a bad flavor from the extract. But I find that like the ghost pepper and the reaper, they kind of taste like burnt rubber anyway. Kind of in a good way. Very positive
Instant
burnt
heat,
rubber.
garlicky
Yeah.
flavor. Okay, my tongue is in pain.
Let's,
That's good.
I wish we had cucumbers.
We do not, unfortunately. So while Carl's looking up a question, what heat level is your mouth now? So before, I think it was like Ray, you were like a
It's like
3.
3 or 4. Now I'm definitely like probably 7, 6, 7. I mean, everybody has their own 10, right? But I'm definitely on the approaching the upper limit.
Yeah, at least 8 for me.
Yeah, I would say 7. I admit I've been cheating a little bit, trying to
What?
minimally chew and swallow. At least
Really?
like,
Are you finishing your whole? You're not even eating all the nuggets, man.
yeah.
What's
Taking
happening
a bite
here?
of the side.
You had 2 of
side
these
without
hot
sauce.
ones on here, so I didn't eat both of those, right? I think
You gotta eat the whole nugget. That's not. That's a,
So this is the last one, right? I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that one.
So this was the one we just had. Okay, I like this.
yeah.
What is your mouth at?
Yeah, I'm at a 7 as well.
Butter.
I'm at a 7 also. I did finish my beer, so I'll need to get one of those in a second.
True, my beer is going fast.
Yeah. Do
so-
you need one too?
I think I'm going to need one as well. So one question about hot sauce. Hot sauce can't actually harm you, can it? Is this all just, and if that's true, is this whole thing just a mental challenge at that point? Like anyone could eat anything if they could push themselves through it?
I think you're wrong. I think you can actually damage your tongue, right?
Really?
I think you can damage your innards with it.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Huh.
Well, it's like pepper spray, right? Isn't pepper spray like pure capsaicin or whatever? And it like causes inflammation in all your and like all your whatever soft tissue. So I have a feeling if you just down it the whole time.
Is that for me?
Yeah, if you want
Pepper
one.
spray?
No, the second beer.
I think occasionally people have died during like heat challenges just like the one we're doing right now. But typically, they have some sort of an ulcer or some other underlying issue.
Yeah.
Or they're over 30, foolish.
They think they're invincible.
My body temperature, we should have a temperature scanner as part of this challenge because I feel like I've gone up.
Is anyone
you
sweating
sweating?
yet?
Yeah,
I feel.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit of hallucinogenic effects too. Like things are more fun and sparkly.
Have we got to the PCP hot sauce yet? Or is that
Not yet. That'll be fun. That'll be fun.
It's like that Simpsons episode.
Sky Rider.
All right.
Okay, so coming up next, Skyrider, also from Sauce Leopard. This one comes in at a 7.5 out of 10, so a little bit hotter than the last one. And let's see, there's a hint of cinnamon
I don't know.
in this baby.
How many should we have left, Doug? Or
Two after this
Third
one.
last right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
it should be like that, I believe.
are these
Okay.
two the
All right,
same?
ready? Cheers.
Cheers.
They are.
Okay.
You gotta eat the whole thing, Carl.
Oh,
Fun
it's
hatch.
an extra good chicken
All the
wing.
sauce is gone.
It's in there.
Oh boy.
Lick the plate.
This one, the sauce is soaked into it. Oh,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that was delicious. That was a good Popeyes
Yeah.
nugget.
Did it have the hot sauce on it?
It's coming in now. Coming in.
Yeah.
So, Ray, before I ask a question, do you have a question for us before I read any of these stupid
No,
ones off?
I
this
don't.
one? Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, this might be a good one for you, Ray, because you're
All right.
well-traveled. What is the most interesting place you've ever been to?
That's a tough question. Interesting, I would say India, because it is like another planet. When you get there, it's like nothing you've ever seen, and you kind of have to warm up to go there. There's a lot going on there.
Cool.
It's a sensory overload in all senses.
How long were you there?
3 weeks.
Okay.
So it was everywhere you go, there's loud drums or cars honking, and the smells are both good and bad, right? Like the food is amazing, but it's highly seasoned and highly smells all over the place. And then there's also, open sewage and stuff like that going through some of the major cities. Yeah, there's a lot to it, but there's a lot of like cool stuff too, right? We went and saw elephants, and we went and saw Bengal tigers, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of colors, everything's colorful. The first day we saw a dead body being paraded down the street. So yeah, it's a very interesting place.
Wow. That last one wasn't as hot for me anyway. Took a step down.
Yeah,
I don't think I
so.
put enough on that one.
Could be the dosage. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't put
Thanks.
enough. Yeah.
Gives the break.
Well, it's making me want to put more of the Exhor Ensko. Is that how you say that? If you
Do
could
it.
pass that over here, Pete. I'm going to.
Yeah, I believe the pronunciation is Exoresco.
So what about you,
you're
Pete?
right.
Where's the most interesting place you've been?
I haven't traveled nearly as much as many people my age, but I guess it's probably like Australia, New Zealand. It's totally the opposite of like India, because it's just a British colony, so everybody's polite and speaking English, but the land is very different. So I really appreciate that.
Right on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, in South America, like Ecuador, a bunch of times. And
Cool.
that's definitely pretty different.
Yeah, Ecuador is beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, I think my tongue is on fire, so I don't know how long I'll be able to continue to talk.
Carl, where's the most interesting place you've been?
Yeah, interesting is a strange word. I don't think I can come up
Load it
with
up a little
anything
more?
good, but
How much you got on yours? That's
I look at a little drop.
Oh, I got more than you. I'm just
Here, do you want to
this.
see how much I have too?
Holy shit. That is definitely an Exoresco.
remember, Doug has been training. Doug is a professional. Don't try this at home. Semi-pro.
I'm not gonna try to show off. I'm gonna eat them as dosed, and then I'll try my favorite afterwards.
I might
Sounds
just do
good.
this just in case.
In this, I think the winner might actually be the loser. So.
Yeah, there's no winners in this.
There are no winners. Yeah, I think Yosemite was a really cool place. Has anyone ever been there before?
Yeah.
So beautiful. If you go there in the spring, the water is going crazy. These epic waterfalls. I think the third highest waterfall in the world, or maybe just the U.S., is Yosemite Falls. 3,000 feet. Oh, so beautiful. You do the Half Dome hike. It's 16 miles round trip. You climb 5,000 feet, and you end up pulling yourself up these cables onto this huge granite dome, half dome. So beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah.
How about you, Doug?
Most interesting place. You know what? I went to the Philippines. I'm half Filipino. So I went to the Philippines when I was 18. I wasn't quite ready to get over there, and it was much different, 25 years ago. Is that right? A long time ago. And it was amazing. I got to see a lot of relatives, but yeah, at the time, the place where my family lived was like more third world country-ish. Like you said, sewage flowing outside, and it was just so different. Mm-hmm. So, but more fun stuff. Love Yellowstone. Yellowstone's awesome. Are we ready to move on? Everybody feeling good?
Ray, I just had another answer to it. It's a place you and I have both been to, but on separate occasions. Cuba.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty
Cuba's
interesting. Right?
pretty wild to watch, too. Are you going to eat this or not? Are you trying to delay?
Mm-hmm.
Good
I
flavor.
can tell that one's going to be hot.
Yeah. That one's got a good flavor to it, but it's going to burn here in a minute.
Yeah, it had the flavor of burning tongue, actually. I can feel it burning before it actually burns.
Yeah. That's right.
So to continue, Carl, yeah, Cuba is a nice, interesting place. That's pretty cool. It was all the cars, all the old cabs. Oh.
But they also had electric scooters everywhere, which I noticed. Not the kind you stand on, but like a real scooter.
The other thing that I love about Cuba is they actually have a $3 bill. Like there's that old saying, right?
Phony is a $3 bill.
You got it. But their $3 bill is, and it actually on the back has Che Guevara fighting off the Americans. And he's throwing Molotov cocktails at Americans on the back of the $3 bill. And did you go to the Museum de Revolution?
I saw, is that the glass building where you can see the boat like Fidel came over on? Or
I don't think it's that, but it's like this museum you go into, and it's all about how the evil Americans poisoned everything so that they have no food, and like the CIA came in, and like all about the Bay of Pigs and all this stuff. It's pretty. It was pretty wild to be in there.
I'm at a 9.5 right now. By the way, I'm at a
That's good. You did like half.
Yeah,
You did like
That's
a full
probably about
dipping
amazing.
sauce.
I feel it. Yeah.
Exotisco.
My lips are burning now. Where you at,
quite
Carl?
there yet.
Yeah, I'm probably between an 8 or a 9. I would be probably at 11 if I, just like Spinal Tap, if I had the amount you had.
Yeah.
It's warm. Yeah.
Yeah, you were easy on me for that one. This last one looks like it's got a lot more.
It definitely gets your attention. All right.
Is Cuba locked down, do you think? Like, do Cubans know what really happened to Che? Like, he did not win that battle. The CIA.
I don't know, but they had like statues of him all over the place.
Yeah. We saw a building. There was like a 10-story mural of him on it.
Yeah, that one's getting me now.
Did you go into a grocery store there?
Yeah, we went. Well, I don't know if because they have like grocery stores for tourists, and then they have grocery stores for real people.
Yeah.
And they also have like different pesos, right? So
Oh yeah, the two.
they have two different currencies. So yeah, it was fun though. They have good rum.
Yeah. We went to a real grocery store. Like, we just walked around as far as we could to one end of Habana. And it was interesting that I remember they had tons of booze and not much of anything else.
Wow. This one is really interesting. Is this the hottest one?
That's the last one. That's the one I have left.
It could be neck and neck. I'm not sure. This one, Melinda's Ghost Pepper Hot Sauce. They say it's 1 million Scoville units on the website, but that could just be
The pepper itself.
the pepper itself. So I was going to say the burn's really kicking in for me from the last one.
Yeah.
So
that
I'm
one
loving
looks
it.
like
Yeah.
more. This one's just got a friendly,
Lady
beautiful
on it,
young
yeah.
woman that says, Melinda's Naga Jolokia, all natural, gluten free. Like, it looks like it's about as hot as maple syrup. Even on the side, it just says naturally hot.
They're trying to screw with us. Another one is so ominous. The Ask Asher and that one just
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
What a contrast.
This is a good thing to put on your Instagram account. Like, guess which one is hotter?
All right.
All right. So it could be the hottest one. Anybody want to put extra on theirs?
I think
Okay.
he's got a good chunk on there.
This might be my big finish.
If you would, so Doug, I'm curious to know, in your training, did you have any mishaps? And I'm curious because Ray told us a story about he had touched jalapenos and then he thought his child was choking, so he stuck his hand in her mouth, obviously with no intention to hurt her, just because he wanted to make sure she didn't choke on the food. Did you ever like touch the hot sauce and then go pee pee and touch your nether regions and like scream in the bathroom? Did that ever happen, Doug? Or okay,
What do you think of that?
Doug might be in some pain right now.
Well,
I should probably eat this.
Not a
Some
lot.
heat? Not a lot coming off
It's
of that.
still increasing.
Yeah, it's coming. It's burning.
It's like the part of my mouth that was touching that part of the chicken nugget is going.
I didn't have any mishaps, but I'm very aware. Like, for example, when I did the smoking of the fresh peppers that I mentioned before, the powder that we have, I double up gloves. Like, I've made mistakes in the past and heard horror stories. Touching your eyes, touching yourself in the nether regions, as you call it, or other people, you know, it hurts other people as well. So you got to look out for that.
Tone down the romance. Hot pepper.
Yeah.
Day.
Literally.
Yeah.
Other people's nether regions too. Huh?
Yeah.
He uses a plural when he says that.
Sounds like another challenge, like a lube challenge, a whole different kind of challenge.
Yeah, it's funny you bring that up. There's a what company? I think it was KY. You're a KY guy, or do you, what kind of? What do you like?
Nah, I'm not into KY. It's
Okay.
sticky after a while.
So I think it was I think it was a KY brand, but it's called Fire and Ice. So one part of the lube you put it on him, and the other part you put on her, or they, or whatever it is that you're doing at the time. But one, or how, yeah, or however you're doing it, or however people are referred to.
No judgment.
But the hot side, it starts burning. And the only antidote, the cool side. So you can see where that's going.
Yeah. That's a love
So you should
song
check
in
it
the
out.
making.
Yeah. Thanks for asking about that. Appreciate it.
So what do you think was the hottest one?
It was a couple sauces ago for me, and maybe
That one?
Or I think it
Oh
was
no, it was that
Dave's.
one.
it was
The one with the
Dave's.
extract? Yeah, that one really
Dave's
burned.
Total Insanity.
The interesting thing with the Dave's is
You want another one?
I'm pretty full.
it had a lot of flavor. There was a lot of garlic and lime, even though the extract like really kicked in kind of later. And my stomach's on fire. It's just burning right now. I don't know how y'all are doing.
Fine. I'm back down to 4.
Yeah, I thought this would actually be a lot worse than it is.
All right. Yeah. I'm back down to a normal level. I feel it like in my, from my throat down, like my innards are
Yeah.
burning.
It was still a great challenge though. And I do have that elevated feeling now. Like it's making me feel a little bit trippy and happy, which is one of the reasons I eat hot stuff.
Oh yeah.
It affects your whole being in a good way.
Yeah.
Right on.
Very
You have a
nice.
question, Carl?
Yeah, you know
Anything
what? I do want to ask you all a question. Like either you can answer both or one or the other. Like, how was your 21, or what do you have planned for 2022? Any big goals, or what do you hope to achieve in the new year?
So for us, 2021 was awesome because we became parents. So we became parents in the beginning of 2020. Well, April. So that was awesome. That's been quite a challenge and very rewarding. 2022, we hope to keep her alive for, as we as we can continue learning and all that kind of fun stuff. So that's a big one for us.
Where's that baby right now? Did you forget?
Where? What?
Not
Where
in
is
this
she?
room. Yeah. Are you asking me the same question too?
Yeah.
Yes.
2020 and 21 were both excellent and very low-key years for me. And I think my main problem is maybe with work ethic and organization. So if I could ask for anything from the universe, it would be to be a little bit more organized and get shit done, especially in my former writing career, which is a little bit of a funny, like, okay, you're getting too lazy. Everybody has to get off the couch, or maybe in my case, get back on the couch occasionally and type some shit. So that's my goal.
I have a follow-up question on that. why do you think you've, maybe been lazier or, stepped away? Did you need a little bit of a break, or was there some other piece in there?
I don't know. I think it's human nature where if things get too easy for you, then you get lazy. So for the writing situation with Mr. Money Mustache, I'd seen like all this, people reading the website. And then I was I was like, wow, that was great. What a great success. But then I wrote less and people were still reading it. Like, oh, maybe I don't have to even do any work. And then I pushed that a little too far. And now really traffic is dropping off. And meanwhile, I still work on other stuff that I enjoy, to be honest, more, which is like carpentry. My favorite thing to do is build houses. But building houses doesn't result in more blog articles or other stuff. So I really have to like pause this thing that's easy and addictive, which for me is construction, and force myself to sit down at the computer because I have so much I still want to write about too. It's just always a little bit more effort to force myself to sit there and type shit into the computer when there's like nice sunny day outside and power tools. But the computer stuff has a lot bigger impact. It's doing more good, I think, both for me and for whoever benefits from it. So that's why I should do more of it.
And one more follow-up. Is the hardest part to sit down and start writing whatever you were going to write about? Or is it to finish the thing? Like, do you ever start typing and then you're like, screw this, I don't have anywhere to go with this? What is the hard part?
Sometimes. I think the main thing is the starting, though. And this is what writers always say is you can get a lot written if you just force yourself to sit down and say, like, I'm only going to do a minimum of one sentence. And you sit down, you start typing, and then suddenly 2 hours later, you've written like most of a whole chapter of your book or a blog article or whatever. So I think just scheduling time, like every Monday from 8 to 12, you have to be writing no matter what. Don't plan anything else. That's like, this is such non-innovative thoughts. This is what a job is. Like when you have a job that you just agree to be there from 9 to 5 every day. And that's why people get stuff done in their jobs, is because they've planned in advance to have those hours booked out. As a retired man, I've failed to do that. And the production speaks for itself, the lack of it.
Well, I got good news for you. And Carl and I have an open position if you want to join the workforce again.
And what job would I be applying for?
Well, we'll find something for you, I'm sure.
I'm here eating hot sauce. Exactly.
You're hired. It's easy. What about you, Carl? You got big plans for next year?
No. So what I always fail to do in life is prioritize correctly. For example, when I get stuck on something with all my projects, like when I was doing the panels in the kitchen, I just want to do that from like 9 to 5, and I let other parts of my life go. And the one that's probably most important is my health. I don't prioritize exercise. So I need to say, no matter what else you have going on, you need to do a workout from 9 to 11. You need to set aside 2 hours during the day and prioritize that stuff, because the kitchen will get done. Who cares if it takes another month? If you don't have your health and you have high blood pressure, you're kind of screwed. So I just need to figure out how to set my priorities better, I guess. I don't know. If anyone has any suggestions around that, I'd love to hear it.
That's a great point. I don't know how to make that stick, but that's one thing that I have always done is like I always have my walk and my other exercise stuff that always comes first, and then the other stuff, and then my dad duty. And then sometimes that's basically all I get done is like hang out with my son, go for a walk, get my other types of exercise like weight training or whatever is appropriate that day. And then that's all, other than like making a salad, keeping the fridge stocked. But that's probably why my health is always pretty good, is because that's the one thing that doesn't fall off of the conveyor belt. But yeah, it definitely comes at the expense of blog post productivity. But, if I had to choose, I'd rather be healthy and have a blog that nobody's reading rather than vice versa.
Well, I would say, to his point, just get started, right? So like a lot of the exercise stuff is, you don't have, because if you schedule 2 hours, it's going to seem overwhelming. But if you just do something, all you have to do is get started. So like, just put on your running shoes and say, hey, I'm just going to go for a walk. And before you know it, you'll be walking 2 hours, right? Like, so you just got to get started. Like there's I forget what book it is, but they talked about, in order to start going to the gym, the thing was, all I have to do is drive to the gym. And that was it.
Or bike to the gym.
Yeah, or whatever. But like, get to the gym. We'll put it that way. Get to the gym.
And Carl has a gym at his workplace that he walks to all the time.
Yeah. And so like, all you have to do is get there, because once you get there, that's the hard part, right? Like sitting down at the computer is the hard part.
Yeah.
And so once you're there, it's like, well, I'm here. I might as well just work out. So it's that and so if you set a goal of like, I'm going to work out for 2 hours a day, that's too overwhelming.
That's like Mr. Olympia. Like you just need.
You just need to get started and do a little bit, and slowly you'll just get used to it.
And then, well, this is turning into a therapy session for you, Carl, and I have a lot of tips for you that I can give you, but are you like externally motivated where if you have plans with someone, you'll definitely show up because they're counting on you?
I will probably show up late, as you all know, but I will show up.
And I mean, I don't necessarily need that, but it definitely helps. Like I love being punctual. I love people that are punctual and they don't leave me waiting. You know, sometimes that happens, but no, I'm just giving you a hard time. But if you meet up with people, do you think that would like force you to do it?
Yeah, I think it actually would.
Yeah, if we had a group workout at our co-working space, even if it was just one day a week, and a super easy to get to time, like Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
I bet that would be pretty good.
Oh,
even I could make that.
Yeah, and I know some
your
members
idea.
already do that, like Kyle and Jeff do that already. So we can just have it doesn't matter what you do. You just have to show up there and do something.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's true.
All
Or
right.
maybe even a standing like noon lunch workout hour.
A nooner. I think that's what they call them, right? Is that different? Is that something different?
I hadn't heard of that. I think I'm too naive.
All right. I think
for it,
you
Carl.
don't want to sniff that, man. That's crazy.
We have the nuclear, and we want to hear about your 2021 or 22 goals. But I'm showing here, if you're watching the YouTube, the nuclear option, which is, tell us what this is, Doug.
Yeah. So it's ghost pepper powder and Carolina Reaper as well. So it's chili powder, pretty much pure peppers. I think there's like 15 peppers in there, all ground up.
Okay.
It's extremely hot.
So
yeah.
I do want to try a little tiny bit
Do
of
it.
this. How
Do
do I try this?
some on your plate.
You know what? We need like, because it's powder, you don't want to like inhale it at all. I was going to say we could try to put it on our biscuit and as like a sandwich, like a weird biscuit pepper sandwich. And then
Just sprinkle it on some of
do
your
that.
sauce in there, and then just do that.
yeah. Okay,
And
that
then
could
run your
work.
chicken finger through it.
I think
Not your actual finger, but
you
a
took that
chicken
with
finger.
like mashed up avocados, it would make the ultimate
Oh yeah,
killer paste.
Yeah,
I could do that too. Yeah, for me, next year, how hot is that? Pretty hot?
I just tried like that much. You can see it on the end of there.
You're eating
Okay.
it pure.
Oh, you know what? I did mix a little salt in there as well. So
and
let's see.
I don't know. So far, it's not that bad, but
Not
I
too
might
bad.
be in for it in a minute.
oh geez, you made a whole paste. Are we all doing this?
Yeah, it's actually pretty good flavor. You can taste the smoke, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll try that.
Yeah,
Sounds
just
good.
pass it over.
What I'll do is take a little bit of ass casher.
Yeah. After all the other stuff, like, I mean, it's hot, but
And then we'll enhance it with
Is the Reaper
certain types of fatal peppers.
again, just the pepper, not COVID. I'm totally fine.
Stir it with this
Oh, my
plastic.
goodness.
Oh, my plastic fork is dissolving.
That's warm. So, back to the peppers before I answer the question. One thing I like to do with these heat challenges, I did a couple of them at restaurants. I try not to like drink the dairy or any bailout stuff just to prove how tough I am. So like I haven't had any milk yet. Just wanted to point that out.
Oh, you definitely win this challenge now that you retroactively define terms.
No, it's got a burn to it.
Yeah. A little warm.
Yeah.
I'll have some of this milk though.
It's not awful though. Not yet, anyway.
Tastes good, and these biscuits are good too.
No, Popeyes is
My
great.
compliments, Popeyes.
Yeah, for me, 2021 was pretty good. You know, we started the show and everything, so it's been really fun working with you. And that's really going to be a lot of my focus, I think. I was a little bit lazy. In fact, my wife told me this year, I think it was towards the tail end of summer, she said, I could tell you've been working less. And I took it as a compliment. I don't know if she meant it as one, but I thought that's great.
Yeah, I don't know if that's good or bad.
But I was literally working less intentionally because I have the tendency to like just dive in and, you know, bulldog my way through stuff and like really put my head down. So I tried to relax a little bit and just chill out.
Ooh, that is spicy.
It's a little,
That was good. I think that was my favorite of all the spices is 50% Ask Casher, 50% 13 Fatal Peppers mix from Doug.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, that's what you should sell.
Good. Yeah.
We'll have to blend that up for the next round here. Oh, man. All right. Well, any other questions, Carl? And we can get parting thoughts if anything else from the crew.
I think my tongue is on fire. It might not work well. Do you have any questions, Doug? Or?
I wanted to ask Pete, how did you retire at 30? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Pedro, it's
I
Pedro.
had to do it, yeah.
It's Pedro, not
Sorry.
Pete.
No, I don't have any other questions. My mouth is burning. I'm drooling a lot. So
I can feel it building. It's
It builds.
thicker saliva.
any parting words, and you could also, let people know where to find y'all, where you want people to check out your
Our website actually got hacked. And
Oh, no.
It's down now, so I have to figure out how to undo all the virus on the shared server. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're on Twitter. So if you want to see us talk trash to people, then you can find us on Twitter.
Nice. Okay, we'll link up everything so it's easy to find.
Waffles on Wed is what Twitter.
Perfect.
That sounds good. And I also have a Twitter account, Mr. Money Mustache,
All right. We'll link it up.
other social medias.
Very good. Do you have any final words?
Yeah, I think I ate a little too much of that last one because it felt pretty good initially, and now it is the spice strikes back.
Hooray. Well, that's what
That's what we're here for.
the real goal.
Yeah, it is pretty hot.
It is hot. All right. This has been amazing. We're all going to recuperate. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.